All right, let's jump right in. Today, we're talking about a completely new way to think about press releases. If you've ever put out a big company announcement and felt like you were just shouting into the void, well, this is for you. We're going to break down how to get your news seen in the age of AI.
So let me ask you a question right off the bat. Is your company's news basically invisible to AI? You could be writing the most brilliant press release, but if it isn't optimized for the new gatekeepers, and I'm talking about AI models like ChatGPT and Google's AI search, it's just not going to land. The rules of the game have fundamentally changed. So here's our game plan. We've got 5 parts. First, we'll talk about why AI is the new gatekeeper. Then, how to write for both humans and machines. We'll cover the art of distribution, then how to build out your AI footprint, and finally, we'll pull it all together so you can reach maximum visibility. Okay, let's dive into section 1. This is all about that fundamental shift. Your old strategy is probably failing because you're not just writing for a journalist anymore. Your primary audience now includes a machine. This right here tells the whole story. For an AI to pick up your news and, actually do something with it, your content has to be structured and packed with good information. That organized structure is what allows an AI to summarize it in a snap and give a good answer when a user asks about you. So what was once a nice to have for busy people is now an absolute must-have for machines. So what does this actually mean for how we write a press release? This next section is all about crafting content that pulls double duty, appealing to a human reader and an AI crawler at the very same time. You have to build your release from the inside out. It all starts with a killer headline that's focused on the benefit. From there, you add a sub-headline that's loaded with your keywords. And then you add 3 key takeaways, almost like bullet points. This whole package is being called GAO, or Generative AI Engine Optimized, and it's basically designed to spoon-feed an AI everything it needs to get your story right instantly.
The writing style itself has to change too. The best advice? Write like you talk. Just imagine explaining your news to a friend. Use that kind of clear, everyday language. It works because it's how real people search and it's how AI is trained to understand things. And another thing, multimedia isn't just a nice bonus anymore. A press release with no image or video is going to get way less engagement because the AI scans everything, the pictures, the captions, even the file names to help figure out your rank.
Okay, so you've written this perfect AI-ready release. What's next? Getting the how and when of distribution right is just as important as the writing itself.
Check out the modern workflow. Step 1, you still go through the traditional channels, like Globe Newswire. You have to. AI engines see them as trusted, official sources. But then, for step 2, you take your optimized version and post it directly on your own website. That link becomes your single source of truth, the one asset you share with everyone. It's a really smart two-pronged attack.
And timing is everything. The data is super clear on this. The sweet spot is Tuesday through Thursday, somewhere between 7 and 9 a.m. in your target time zone. You want to hit people's inboxes early in the day and definitely avoid the black holes of Friday afternoons and weekends. And of course, if it's financial news, you absolutely have to release it during market hours. That's non-negotiable.
And here's a brilliant little pro tip that can actually make a huge difference. Don't send your release at exactly 8 a.m. Apparently, that's what everyone does, so inboxes just get slammed. If you schedule it for an odd time, like 8:12 a.m., that little trick can help you sneak past the digital traffic jam and get your headline noticed. Now, getting your news seen isn't just about one document. It's about creating an entire digital ecosystem around your company that boosts your visibility to AI. Let's talk about building that footprint.
So here's a quick checklist. First, your own website needs to be a clear, easy-to-read source for AI. Second, and this is a big one we're about to get to, you need a Google business profile that you actually keep updated. Third, you need a direct line to your audience, like an email list. And finally, you have to be really strategic about which social media platforms you use. So why is a Google business profile so critical even if you don't have a physical store? This is why. This is a real Google AI search result, and you can see it's pulling information and pictures directly from the company's profile. It seems like Google is treating its own business profiles as a highly trusted source of information. If you ignore this, you're pretty much just turning down free, high-quality visibility. When you get to social media, one size does not fit all. If you're a public company, you need to be on platforms like X and LinkedIn, where investors and analysts live. But for private companies, you'll probably get more value from platforms like Instagram and Facebook, where you can reach customers directly. You just have to know your audience and meet them where they are.
All right, let's bring it all home. When you put all these pieces together and follow this playbook, you create a really powerful system for getting seen.
So what is the AI actually doing on the other side? Well, it seems to be a three-step process. First, AI assistants are just constantly crawling the web. As they find your content, they analyze it in real time. And then, because you've made it so perfectly structured for them, they can boost its discovery, making you way more visible in all sorts of places. And this is the end goal. You create a virtuous cycle. Your well-made press release gets fed into AI search. It gets pulled into AI summaries and tools like ChatGPT and Perplexity, and it can even be used by chatbots. Every single one of those things enhances your visibility, which just feeds the cycle all over again. You're not just publishing news anymore. You're creating a discoverable, intelligent asset that keeps on working for you.
So, this playbook is a powerful strategy for today. But it leaves us with one last, really big question. As these AI tools keep learning and changing at a mind-blowing pace, the real challenge is going to be, how will you adapt your story to stay visible?